Hey guys, Dan Buchan back here again, and welcome to day 12 of my Shopify A to Z series. So this is a little bit more of an add-on to the series rather than a real training video. So a lot of you have been asking me, a bunch of different things like how do I write an About Us page, how do I get a logo designed, how do I get, a simple product description written, whatever the case may be. If you're struggling in your business and you're at a point where you're looking at something and you're like, okay, I can't do this myself. Obviously, I need to hire somebody to do this for me. But then again, you don't want to be spending, $100, $200, $300, whatever, hiring somebody in your local area to do a certain thing for you, whether it be write a description or advertise your product on, Facebook or SEO or whatever, again, whatever the case may be. So today I'm going to be showing you exactly how to use Upwork and how to hire only the best quality of freelancers. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and let's jump right in. So right now I'm in my Upwork dashboard. So as soon as you sign up, right, you'd go to Upwork.com right up here. You'd sign up, you get taken to this dashboard, I believe. Now, once you're on this dashboard, all you're going to have to do is literally come here, press post a job, and begin creating your first job. So the first question Upwork asks, if you'd like a part-time or short-term freelancer, or if you need a long-term dedicated freelancer. So usually this really differs based on what you need. Again, if you want someone for the life of your business to help you out with whatever it may be, like SEO or writing product descriptions every time you have a new product, I would go with this one. If you want a simple logo designed, if you want, one product description written, if you want one About Us page written, I would go with this option. So for this example, let's go ahead and let's choose this option right here. So again, Upwork gives you the option to reuse a previous job. It's okay, we're not going to do that. So really we're going to start right here where it says choose a category and subcategory. So let's say we want someone to write our product descriptions, right? So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and we'll select what matches what we need the most out of this option, right? So, we have web mobile software development, IT and networking, data and science, engineering and architecture. There's a bunch of different categories and subcategories for you to choose from. However, again, we're going to be doing product description. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to focus on writing. Next, you see there's a bunch of subcategories. There's academic writing and research. There's article and blog writing, which is great if you run, an affiliate site where you're constantly having to put up relative blogs with SEO keywords, etc. God, that's really annoying. Then there's copywriting, there's creative writing, editing and proofreading, grant writing, whatever. You guys can read as well. So again, we're going to be doing product descriptions. So let's see which one of these matches our job the most. So it's not going to be other. It's not going to be. It might be web content. It's not going to be technical. It's not going to be resumes. It's not going to be grant writing. It's not going to be editing and proofreading. It might be creative writing. It might be copywriting. It might be article. No, potentially. And it's definitely not academic writing. So I think for this one, we're going to go with creative writing because that just seems like something that would fit this description the best. So next, you're going to go ahead and you're going to describe your job. So this is how I start off all of my my job descriptions, exactly the way Upwork suggests. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to start by typing creative, or actually product description writer needed, right? And then we can be like long-term work available, right? Because you do want people to click on your work. No one's gonna, if say you want one product description written and you charge $10, $20, no one's, people will definitely opt in for it. But again, we're looking for the highest quality type of freelancers. So if somebody sees long-term work available and they are a high quality freelancer, they're more likely to apply for your job and give you nice, outstanding work. So let's continue. Now, where you actually describe your work is where I like to go in and actually customize what I do. So I like to start things off like this. So I type in hi, just like I'm starting off an email or something of the sort. So I go hi. First, please answer the following IQ question, right? And this is where I kind of get them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type out something like this. Like, what is 10 plus 13 or 12, right? So we'll just leave it at that for now. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna at the end of the description, I'm gonna write something like this. So I'm like, please answer the IQ question with, I'd say like something ridiculous, right? Like 6, to prove that you read the entire description. And again, the whole reason we're doing this little IQ test is so that we can prove that, you know, we're not getting your average response to our job posting, right? Because everybody, all these freelancers, what they're going to do is they're going to see you posted a job. They're literally going to copy and paste their response and just send it to you like they send it to literally every other job. Again, you want people to actually go through, read what you want from them, and be able to answer that IQ question, so you prove that they're not, you know, like bots, but they're actually people going through and being genuinely interested in the work that you want to provide for them. So what do we do to fill in between the first IQ question and the answer to the IQ question? So here, I'm going to go ahead and maybe add like a little, or probably restate my job posting, right? So again, I'm going to write, so I need a long-term, dedicated, creative writer with experience, and don't be afraid to capitalize the words you want to emphasize, because again, you can't bold anything, and you should be able to emphasize words like again, like experience. And so again, just don't be afraid to capitalize them. It's really no issue. So I'm gonna write creative writer with experience, in product descriptions. So, and actually we can even put e-commerce product descriptions, right? And then we'll go next, and then we'll write your obligations, if hired, would be as follow, right? And then I would write something like the ability, your obligations, if hired, would be as follow: create 250 to 500 word product description, or word, unique and creative. Now again, we're going to go ahead and do unique and creative, because again, we want to emphasize these product descriptions. Now usually if I'm hiring for a long-term job, I would obviously have a lot more obligations. For this one, I'm having a little bit of a hard time coming up with more than a couple. So again, you know, the first one would be to create 250 to 500 word unique and creative product descriptions. Be able to knock out, you know, 4 to 5 descriptions every day, whatever it may be. Then you could also write like be available for emergency edits or new product, or in the case of new products, so something like that. And again, you know what I mean, you'd want to list all the obligations, or all the potential obligations this freelancer would have if they decided to or if you decided to hire them. So again, you want to be clear up front right off the bat. Tell them what they would need to be doing with their job, what their job obligations would be. So next, what we would do is then we would go ahead and we would just finish this off very easily. So we would write something like thank you for reading, and I wish you the best of luck. See you on the team. Thanks. And then we'll write like Dan. Just sign it off real quick. finish it off. So this can be a nice little nice little job description that we just created. It's very short, very to the point. You see, I've utilized proper spacing, proper formatting, so that again it's easy for the freelancer to read as well, because we don't want them reading a paragraph, and then skipping through it. We want them to really go from the top line all the way to the bottom, reading every single word and letter in between. So again, this is the easiest way to do so. You would you got to focus on the structure and the way you space it more than your content. But again, content is important. It is important what you write in here. So next, we have the ability to attach a file. So this would be useful in the case where you say you want like a t-shirt redesigned, right? And you have a design in mind, or you found a nice design on Google. You would attach that design and have them, work off of it or create something similar. Right now, again, we don't really need this because we don't have any examples of good product descriptions that we can upload. So next, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and write what type of product do you have, or what type of project do you have. So now we're going to go ahead, we're going to select if you have a one-time project, ongoing project, or if you're just simply not sure. So right now, since we said that we have long-term work, we're going to go ahead and we're going to hire for an ongoing project. Next, you literally have the option to assemble a team of freelancers or hire just one. I usually like to assemble them on my own outside of Upwork, so I always stick to hiring just one at a time. Next, you have the option to go ahead and enter the skills that you need. So, it already gives you the frequently used skills that people can that you can request. So you don't have to really basically come up with skills off the bat and hope that people have these skills. So again, we have creative writing, right? We can go ahead and type in product and see what pops up. So let's see, product descriptions, perfect. So we can write like e-commerce. No, nothing there. So let's see what else we can write. So there's content writing, ghost writing, ebook writing. We can do just writing. Let's see what else we can do. English grammar, of course. That's pretty much it. So then we have the option if we'd like to pay by the hour or pay a fixed price. Now, paying a fixed price is always going to be cheaper than paying by the hour. Because again, why would you pay, no offense, why would you pay a freelancer $20 an hour while you can pay them $50 an hour, or not $50 an hour, $50 for the whole job, and legit have it be completed in the same time period? Let me just rephrase that. So why would you pay a freelancer $20 an hour and have them do 3 hours worth of work for you, totaling $60 total job cost, when you can literally hire them for $40-$50 and have them do the entire job again in 3 hours, and you'd save $10 to $20. So again, it's just always cheaper hiring on a fixed budget. And again, there's going to be no surprise expenses, right? Like if your freelancer works 2-3 hours extra one day and you're paying them $20-$30 an hour, crap, that's an extra $90 that they made. That's an extra $90 they just took out of your pocket without you realizing, or without you even noticing or knowing that they would be doing that. So again, paying a fixed price will literally it will keep you a lot safer. It will keep you a lot happier. So what do we set our budget? So here's a little trick I like as well. So say my budget would be for this project $25, right? And say this is going to be a one-time gig. I'm not actually looking for a long-term freelancer. I'm not actually, looking for someone to work for me for a long time. I want a job from them once, and that's it. So like say I want a logo designed, or say I want a picture edited, whatever. So say my budget will be $25. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go ahead and set the budget to $50. So I'm basically doubling the budget, and I'll show you exactly why in 2 seconds. So then, since we have a high budget, right, we're going to go ahead and we're going to select expert, right? We don't want an entry level freelancer. We don't want an intermediate freelancer. We want a real expert level freelancer. So next, we're going to be going ahead, and actually, let me tell you why I'm setting the budget at double the price. So the reason I'm setting the budget at double the my actual budget, right? So say my actual budget's 25, I'm going to be setting it to 50, because once I get a bunch of applicants, it's going to be really, really hard to choose which one I want to hire. And again, that's exactly what I'm going to tell them. I'm going to be like, look, thank you for applying. I really, really like your skills, but I had 10 other people apply, and unfortunately I can't pay 10 people $50 each and test their work. So would it be possible if we did a quote test gig unquote, where you would do the job for $25. Now, yes, this is your initial budget, so you're not really saving any money, but what's happening is you're attracting a higher level of freelancer, right? So the person that would bid on a $25 job is someone who would be in the intermediate and entry level levels, right? Whereas somebody who would bid on a $50 job would be confident in their work, confident that their time is worth the $50, and they would more likely fall in the expert category. So again, that's why you would want to double your budget right off the bat and then go ahead and talk down the freelancer to half that budget. And in my experience, 99% of them are more than happy to work with the test gig because they think they have the chance of getting hired full time. Now again, I'm not trying to cheat them in any way, shape, or form. Again, 90% of the time I do hire them full time, or I do hire them for later jobs with the full price budget, say $50 or whatever it may be. But again, this is just something that I kind of picked up, and I've kind of realized that you can use it for evil a little bit. So I'm just going to share that tip with you. But with great power does come great responsibility. So please be careful with this knowledge. You really don't want to get kicked off Upwork for any misbehaving. So next, we have our freelancer preferences. This is where we'll be able to select what type of freelancers we'll be able to find and apply for our jobs. So right here, the first option that's checked off is freelancers using Upwork and any search engine. So this is the one I usually leave. Really, there's no reason to limit it to only the Upwork users or only freelancers that you invite, unless you're going for a certain thing, unless you're going for unless you're building a freelancer team and you can pay them through Upwork. So you're gonna go ahead, you're gonna make a list or make a team of freelancers that you're gonna go ahead and invite to this job personally. So again, freelancers using Upwork and public search engines can find this job is what we want, because we do want the most people to find our job. And again, this gives us the option to invite freelancers that we know before. So you have a bunch of freelancers that I've hired in the past, so I have the option to invite them. Next, we have preferred qualifications. I usually skip this whole section, really. Specify the qualifications you're looking for in a successful application. So this is more or less if you're hiring long term, if you really want a professional freelancer, you would go ahead and you would screen them as much as you can, including the qualifications as well as the screening questions and etc. But really, this is just for product descriptions. We really don't need any of this stuff. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to leave this blank. Next, we're going to go ahead and where it says cover letter, ask applicants to write a cover letter introducing themselves. We're going to leave that checked off, yes, require a cover letter. And then let's go ahead and let's post the job. And that's literally it. It's that easy. Now, if you guys want to go ahead, if you want to download if you want to download my template for Upwork job postings, go ahead, click the link below this video, and you can do so. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you found great help in this, and I wish you all the best of luck.